Okay then, so since the last video, loads of you have responded, and it would appear that if I was to do anything to this tank other than fit it to the bike, there would probably be a lynch mob beating down the shed door. So that's pretty much made the decision where we're not going to do anything with that. And as I said in the last video, I can't bring myself to do anything with that in terms of stripping the paint. It's just too nice. So I'll figure the next plan is just to stick it on the tank. So this is the day after. I probably won't put this up for a few days, yeah, I'm going to just fit it to the bike and have a look at how it is. It's quite a strange one because again, it's not something I would have definitely picked out. You know, I'm not a big fan of red or anything like that. So it's yeah, it's a bit strange. It's growing on me a lot. But I'd like to see it actually on the bike. Now obviously I've only got the front mudguard done in a satin finish at the moment. I think if this stays on, and if indeed I'll put the rear bobbed guard on, I think they'll need to be satin black as well as the side covers, because at the moment the kind of bodywork that's left, just the side covers at the moment, are gloss black, and I don't think that really works. So they would have to change colour, I think. So yeah, it's going to be I think I'm going to need to put it on the bike to be able to have an idea of what I want to do with it. It's kind of weird. It has totally thrown me because I really was kind of focused on the bare metal tank, maybe, you know, hand painting Triumph on the side or something like that, and then, you know, that was it. Possibly maybe the other seat I got with it, maybe do a sort of a brown seat with that, maybe some brown grips and a metal tank, but yeah, that's all kind of changed a bit now. So yeah, it's all a bit up in the air really, yeah, why not? All I've got to do is drain the fuel out of my tank. I've still haven't quite emptied it yet on the run to work. Take it off, put the hardware on that one, so that means the fuel pump and everything will have to come out of that tank and go into that one, and then just whack it on the bike. So I'll better get cracking. Right, it's only 62 miles since I last filled up, so I've still got a fair bit of fuel in the tank to get rid of. So the next bit is just a bit of siphoning. That would be the most interesting video if all it was just me siphoning, but I'll try and make it a little bit more interesting. Just commenting on the things I've noticed so far. I'm sure anyone out there with trying to think of satin paintwork bikes, anyone with like the Harley denim paint or a Bonnie like that, I think some of the new Explorers had a matte finish, the old Ducati Monsters used to. I've noticed that it marks really easily. I don't mean bashing and scraping, but you just stick a greasy fingerprint on it and you'll see it. You know, any splashes at the petrol station, you're going to see it. I know there's the Harley paint to clean it. I've got a Harley dealership about a mile from my house. I don't know how much that stuff costs. I had a look online and a lot of Harley owners recommend Windex, so we'll see what that's like. Because obviously, yeah, you can't really polish it. You don't want it shiny, that defeats the point of having a satin finish in the first place. So that's something interesting to kind of bear in mind. And what's the other interesting thing? Oh yeah, the knee pads. I mean, I've got a set of knee pads obviously on this one, which I could take off, and I'm assuming it's going to be some sort of 3M adhesive backing you can get that would, you know, you can stick on them to reaffix them somewhere. Well, I thought just for shits and giggles I'll have a look how much a set of the Bonneville knee pads cost from Triumph. Because I was thinking, essentially, it's like a little tank pad, you know, and tank pads aren't that expensive, are they? 54 quid to get a set of those, which is just plain mental, really. So I think I'll probably be ordering up some shit, having a look at what 3M do as in terms of products for adhesive backings. But yeah, because I think I like the look of the knee pads on the side of the tank. I think it fits well on most tanks. Yeah, so there's a little bit of trivia for you, and yeah, I might as well turn off now. I've still got a fair bit to go. Okay, so I've got most of the fuel out. There's still some I can't get with my little pound shop siphoning thing. So what I'll do is when I take the fuel pump and everything out, I'll be able to get the last dregs. A little bit more access there, but there's enough there, and just got some padding around it. The reason I'm smiling is to make a bit of room. I've just set the new tank on the bike, and I'm not going to lie to you, I've actually got a bit of a semi on at the moment. It is nice. I'm liking it. I am liking it a lot. I wasn't too sure until I saw it on there, and oh yeah, definitely. So right, let's not mess around anymore. I'll show you what we need to get off here. So yeah, just all the bolts off there for the fuel pump. Now I changed the fuel filter not too long ago. Not obviously the last service, because that was about 4 days ago, but the one before that I changed the fuel filter and put a new like the new rubber sealing ring behind here on there, and I've changed them in the past and not put a fresh one on, and they haven't leaked, so I'm fairly confident it's going to be alright to reuse this one. And the other bit is just we've got these two rubber grommets at the top there, and they just need to pop off and go on the other tank. So I'll yeah, not really worth filming it. It's literally just undoing these bolts and then trying to wiggle. I might show the assembly coming out. I can't remember if I've filmed that before, but just if anyone's interested. So yeah, let me whip all these bolts off and then we'll have a look at that. Okay, right, hopefully you can see that now. So 12 Allen bolts taken out. They're not in super tight. I'll tell you what the torque setting is when I put them back in again, but it's not an awful lot. Yeah, certainly not something you want to over tighten and strip out. But now, if I remember correctly, it's a bit of a wiggle to get this out. On the old Speed 4, which was the only other fuel injected bike I've had, that used to just basically fall out of there, but this does take some wiggling. Go. And that's what comes out of there. So it is a little bit of a faff. That's the gasket I was talking about, but there you go, a little filter and all that kind of shit there. So just thought that might be interesting for anyone. So just got to hopefully get this back in the other one without scratching anything. Right then, the bike's behind me. I'm really happy with it. Better give you a little look round. The fuel pump, right old faff to get back in again. It was a bit of a pain. I seem to remember from last time, 9 Newton meters if anyone's interested for the bolts. And it's kind of easy if you put the bolts through the plate and the gasket and then try and locate the holes all at the same time. Right old pain. But anyway, it's done. It's on. I love it. Better show you it. There we are. Yep, I think I can definitely live with this. In fact, the best thing I found, because I obviously had my greasy fingerprints all over it from putting it back on, just cleaned it with a little bit WD-40, and that seems perfect. So there we go. But nah, I really like it. I think definitely I can see with the front mudguard in satin that ties in nicely. So if the rear bobs guard goes on, that needs to be satin. I mean, the side panel's not sticking out as much as I thought it was going to, but I do think that needs to perhaps go satin as well. I know a few people thought about carrying on the stripe, but I think I'm going to leave it. Less is more, I think. Just that little accent on the tank. But I'm loving the satin finish. Trying to think about the knee pads. I quite like it without. I do like the knee pads on there, but it might get a bit busy. I don't know. My only concern is where my knees are. You don't want to start rubbing or polishing a shiny spot in there. But yeah, I'm thinking about that. It needs to go black now. But anyway, there we go. That's slightly different from what I was planning on doing for this video. But that's it. That's the new tank. A little bit easier than I'd planned as well. But hurrah!